everyone. This is Lisa Espinosa, spiritual career coach, author, and host of the podcast Soul Studio for Your Career. Welcome to day one of our Novena. So we are having a 9-day Priestess Novena, and this is day one. Welcome. Hello, Donna. I know many of you will be watching the recording. I know many of you will be here live as well, perhaps. So I welcome all of you. And if you are new to my work, just for you to know that the focus of what I do, of all I do, is to help others connect with the wisdom of their soul, the wisdom of their higher self, the wisdom of your heart, to be led from that place to share your soul's medicine in your career, or if you're in between careers or you're retired, just in your acts of service, but doing that in a way that blesses you in the process. So, as many of you know, hey Lorenza, hello Mikasia. This is a practice from the book I'm currently writing, Birthing the Priestess Within. And for this 9-day practice, what we do is for 9 consecutive days, we sit. You can do other things, and I'll open with a little meditation and end with some oracle cards. But the main component of it is that we sit in silence, in stillness for 9 minutes. And we're going to be doing that together. So if you're watching the recording, it's still like you're here with us. And if you're here live while we're doing this, we're holding this container for each other. So the theme of this novena is sovereignty and grace. And when that theme came to me, I know what those words mean, obviously, but I was kind of like, that sounds so big. What is this about? But it was so clear, that word sovereignty, and part of it, I've been connecting with Green Tara. Hello, Cindy. For a long time, really, but this year specifically. And, she brings this medicine of freedom, of sovereignty, freedom from all of the burdens, the wounds, all of the outdated beliefs across space and time that are still holding you back in some way. And this happens beyond your understanding, your logical understanding. So it's hello Jana, hello Kathleen. It's very easy for our ego mind to kind of be like, how will that happen? How could sitting in silence for 9 minutes, how could that happen? Well, we don't need to understand how it happens. We don't need to, in fact, we can't. Our logical, intellectual mind wasn't meant to understand those things. But we know that when we gather together, the container expands, right? Where 2 or more are gathered, there I am. I know that's associated a lot with Christianity, but it goes beyond religion. All spiritual traditions say some version of that. When 2 or more are gathered, our ability to transmute, to heal, to step into that energy of sovereignty and grace is expanded. And the other reason to do this is that we're getting very close to entering the second half of 2020. As you know, the first half has been very unique, has brought a lot of challenges and a lot of growth and healing as well. And the second half of 2020, there's going to be a lot similar, right? 2020 is the year of having 2020 vision, of bringing everything that's in the shadow to the light. And that process can be painful and scary. However, when we are awakened, when we are committed to leaning into the certainty of our soul, the certainty of the divine, the certainty of your heart, then you can not only walk through these times, like get through it, but actually thrive through them and be a beacon of light for others through them. This isn't about burying our head in the sand or pretending that there's no challenges in the world. But this is about, walking through the world, being a source of light, and always remembering what our true source is, which is the divine, which is our heart and soul. Whatever word you use for the divine, God, creator, universe, whatever resonates with you. So in my book, Priestess, and I'm so happy to see some of you that are in the Priestess mentoring program this year are here live. The way I define priestess is anyone who is answering the call to be a channel of unconditional love for themselves and for the world. So this Priestess Novena has woven in the DNA of the Novena that prayer that we, and you don't need to call yourself a priestess, but that prayer of yes, source, yes, divine. I'm saying yes to being an open channel, a vessel, so that miracles and grace and sovereignty can flow through me, so that I, by my presence, others can remember their truth, others can remember their light, others can remember that they can access their own sovereignty and grace. Not because we're going to be lecturing or evangelizing or saying, look at me, but just because as we keep building this light, which is what we're going to be doing together for these 9 days. Hello, Jan. Hello, Jill. That light is a mirror for others, right? That light, when others are in your presence, that they can remember, oh wait, I have that too. Like so that's the beauty way, right? That's how we teach, in our own vulnerability, in our own presence, in our own being, in our own commitment, even when it isn't easy, especially when it isn't easy. We are here to help the planet evolve and move into this next evolution of grace and healing. So I want to share with you, if you haven't seen this, I think all of you have, but so here's the cover of my book. And I'm just sharing this because we have the infinity symbol, right? So when we sit on for 9 minutes, we're going to all visualize that we're sitting on the infinity symbol, and we're aligned right at the center point, at that point of infinity. And there's a reason for that, right? So that symbol, when we're at the point of that center point of infinity, we are in a place outside of time. We're in a place where divine knowing exists, where divine creative solutions exist, where divine healing that transcends our understanding can happen. And again, the more that we can be willing to be okay with not understanding how that happens, the less resistance we will have. So I've shared before that one of the books I study a lot is the Sophia Code, and in there's this, and many spiritual traditions have a similar teaching. This is just the way that this book shares it, which really speaks to me. That when we enter, and it doesn't talk about the infinity point, they talk about when we enter the womb of the Divine Mother, of God, the womb of Source. And of course, we know that God is beyond gender. And we know that the archetype of the mother so aligns with Creator Source. So when we enter the womb, what I would call the infinity point, right? They talk about in the Sophia Code, you're entering the space of no thing, the space where you know nothing, and yet can access everything. So this is, in Buddhism, they talk about this, form is emptiness, emptiness is form. How can we be courageous enough to enter this space totally open, totally acknowledging that we don't know anything. Even the things we think we know, it's like we don't know. That we can be in that place of like, I know nothing. And as I enter this space, oh my gosh, I can know everything. Because the divine within us does know everything. So I want to, let's just do a short kind of getting our body ready to enter this 9-minute sacred space. So just take some nice breaths. And as you do that, just really feeling gratitude for this vessel that is your body. Even though you know that you are so much more than your physical body, we also honor this sacred vessel. And as you feel the sacredness of your body, we bring our awareness down, 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 down our center point, down to our pelvis, down our hips, down our thighs and knees, down to our calves and shins, and down to our heels and ankles and feet. And as we do that, let's allow these roots to go down our legs and deep into the earth, and feeling very grounded and anchored and present. Because we do this novena to bring heaven on earth, right? To bring the divine energy here, to anchor the light. It's wonderful to have beautiful meditations, but that's not where we end. It's like we have those meditations and we bring that transformation into our life, into the world. So as we ground our roots into the earth, that's our prayer. And already just set the intention, if there's anything that can get in the way of you receiving everything, all the blessings that are here for you today and the rest of the novena, start to declare that you are allowing that to be released, knowing that the earth will compost and recycle whatever you let go of. And as we do that, let's connect all of our roots with each other, those of you who are here live and those of you who will watch the recording. So we create this network of roots, still honoring our own boundaries, but creating a beautiful grid work so that together we can release more and receive more and go deeper into that space of timelessness than ever before. So I'm really so hearing that right now, that in this novena there is quantum leap energy. And yeah, I'll share this right now. So right before we started, I was meditating, and I was basically like, okay, Source, this is your novena, you are in charge, what do you want? And what I saw was in the Olympics, they have that competition where you what is it called? You jump over the hurdles, I guess, with the stick, like that. If it's the wrong sport, I'm sorry, but you know what I'm talking about. And I was seeing us do that, and what the divine was showing me is how, and I think Wayne Dyer has shared this as an example, but I wasn't thinking about him when this came, that in order to jump and take that leap, there's a precise movement that you do. You go lower to the ground and then you leap, right? And so as we are during these 9 days, as we are in the infinity point, there is something very grounding in that infinity point. Yes, high jump, pole vault. Thank you, Jan. Yes. Pole vault. Thank you, Jana. Perfect. Yes, the pole vault. So we are basically like Olympians. During this novena, we are going to go, and it's not going to require our effort. It does require our commitment and discipline to show up. But our soul is going to do the heavy lifting here. And so as we go down and we go through this novena, we are getting ready to take this quantum leap into the second half of 2020. Remember, 2020 is a leap year. Quantum leaps are woven into the fabric of this year. So that's why I wanted to do this novena leading into the second half. Leap of faith, absolutely, into the second half of 2020. And that's why the divine said, hey, open this for others so you can take this leap together, because together we can take an even bigger leap. So that's what we're about here. Hello, Tiffany. So we're going to get ready to begin. And actually, let me do this. So I invite you to call from your heart all of your spiritual teachers and guides, whoever you connect to, angels, the Divine Mother, or just beings of love and light. Welcome them to this space. Welcome them to stand around you. And I welcome all of those angels and, Green Tara, who is such an overlighting mentor for me and everything I do this year for all of us. We welcome her presence, the Divine Mother, guardian angels, just this energy of grace and miracles to surround everyone here, those of you who are watching live and those of you who will watch the recording. So we're putting this circle of grace and protection and miracles around all of us to remind you, if you don't know, and if you do, just to remind you that the three overlighting mentors, and I have their cards here. I'm looking at them. For our Novena, our Kalima, right? So, you know what? I'll bring them here. Kali. And she says, I release all that does not serve me. So here we go. Bam. She's like, so she is going to be, sitting with us for these 9 minutes, right? So releasing anything that doesn't serve us and just surrender it. You might have in your heart like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what I need to let go of. Or you might not. Sometimes we have such resistance. So just have a pure prayer. Whatever does not serve me, I am ready to release it. So she is here. Hestia is the second one, goddess of sanctuary. No matter where I am home. And this card is so beautiful. It says, you're never not home. And when we're at the infinity point, we are in that home that never leaves us. We are in our I am presence. So we are developing that muscle of the peace that passeth understanding, right? That muscle of, regardless of what storm is unfolding around me, I can access that inner sanctuary, and then because of that, I can be a sanctuary for others without having to say a word. And last one, super excited, we got Our Lady of Guadalupe, the Empress of Protection. I am safe and divinely protected at all times. So you probably all know how devoted I am to her. So I was so excited that she showed up. Empress of Protection. And I said before, when she appeared, her message, in Spanish, she said, que no estoy aquí, que soy tu madre. Am I not here who am your mother? Just makes me want to cry. That message, like, don't worry, am I not here who loves you so tenderly, who knows exactly what you need, who knows everything you've gone through, who has so much compassion for you and will not enable your sabotaging of yourself, right? Just like a good mother, she's like, I know what you're capable of, and you are safe and protected by me. So we have her here in our midst. So as we get ready to begin, so if you can take your candle. So I bought a candle. I was so excited. I've never bought one this color, but this was the color that came. I was at the store overwhelmed with decision making, and I kid you not, this one said Lisa Amarillo, and I was like, okay, that must be the one I'm supposed to take. It has my name. So you have your candle. I obviously use candle safety. The guidance is that at least for the 9 minutes you light your candle. Of course, you have your own context in life. If that's not possible, just do the best you can. So we will light the candle. So go ahead and light your candle. And so here's my candle. I will, if you did the novena last time with me, I had a white candle like this. And with a permanent marker, I started writing I wrote things down here that I was releasing, so that as the wax kind of dissolved, I felt I was releasing. You could also write things that you want to receive. I haven't written anything because I wanted to do the first day and see what guidance came to me. You don't have to do that, but that's just, I wanted to show you what I did. During these 9 days, if it's safe and you want to keep the candle lit for longer, you can do that. Of course, it's totally up to you. So if you have I sent this little flyer with the novena prayer over my newsletter, so we could say this together before we get ready to begin. And let me just tune in and see if there's anything else that comes forward. Just to remember how courageous you are. It might not seem like a big deal to sit in silence for 9 minutes, to commit to a 9-day journey like this, but it is. The amount of resistance and self-sabotage that our ego can put up because it is afraid of us fully surrendering into the wisdom and love of our soul. It takes courage. It's a radical act. So I want you to just really acknowledge yourself for that and be really compassionate with yourself for these 9 days. Always, but especially as you're going through this 9-day journey together with us. All right. So let's say this prayer together. I know some of you already know it. And so we will begin, and you know what, I'll hold this. I'll hold the candle. So we begin. As this candle burns, my soul within me burns. As this wax melts, resistance in me melts. 9 days to clear lifetimes of fear. As I give, I receive. As I heal, I am healed. Doors open, I walk through. I am ready for the new. Abundance flows with ease and grace, for I have finally found my place. All right, so we put this here. I'm just gonna put this down, get comfortable. I will set the timer, so we will sit together. And when it dings, I will let you know when it's over, and we'll do like a final kind of closing. All right, so see you at the infinity point, everyone. Let's go ahead and start. Let me see. All right, hold on a second. The timer's having issues. Wait. Okay, so we are going to begin. take some nice cleansing breaths. And gently bring yourself back to the space. Feel your body, feel your wherever you are. Gently, we open our eyes if your eyes are closed and reconnect with each other. So it's so lovely to be here on the other side with you. So as we come to closing, I would invite you, one thing you can do is keep a journal, or use your journal for these 9 days and just kind of write down what, if anything, came forward during those 9 minutes of silence. And please do not judge yourself if it was hard to sit for 9 minutes, if your mind was wandering all over the place and you didn't feel like you were meditating. That's absolutely fine. You know, we each go through our process, and a lot of times when on the surface there's all that thinking, underneath there's a lot of healing that's happening. So no judgment on however it unfolds for you. And if you receive guidance, and it was so interesting for me, you know, I'm kind of tracking the time, so there were a couple of times because my timer was behaving weirdly. But when I was inside, there was a moment where I was sitting on the infinity point, and it was so interesting. I went underneath it, and it was so all my meditation, I felt Kalima very much, was just all going deep, deep. It's like I was taking the infinity point all the way to the center of the earth. And I was like, what is that about? But I was hearing the message of what we said. We're anchoring the light. We're downloading this light through our body, this divine light through our body into the earth, right? That's how we're gonna bless the world and heal not only ourselves, but those around us. So I want to, and if you have anything you want to share on the comments, please feel free to do so. As I said, if you can keep your candle lit for some time, you can do that, but of course practice candle safety. I want to just pull a few cards, and tomorrow we'll be back here at 3 o'clock. Very peaceful and safe. Great, thank you, Jill. Yes, I felt that very much too, that the peace, but definitely the safety felt very strong. Thank you. So tomorrow at 3, these are recorded. You can always go back to the Facebook page. They will be on my YouTube channel as well, and on my website under free resources, soul videos. So if there's a day during these 9 days that you can't do it live at the same time, you can watch the recording and do it on your own that way. All right, let's go ahead, and this is from the Soulful Coaching deck. Let's see what the message is. Playfulness. I love this. Judy, very calm and peaceful. Thank you, Judy. My joy is the greatest gift that I give to others. Oh, look at this. My joy is the greatest gift I give to others. Thank you, Jan. So that, how radical is that, right? I know sometimes when things are so challenging, it can feel bad to be joyful, like we're being insensitive or something. But this joy is a joy that comes from our soul, right? So it's saying that is our greatest gift to others right now. Our true joy, not a fake positivity, but our true joy, which I just want to say, when we're in joy, we can make room for sadness too. Like, it doesn't mean we're just like giddy laughing the whole time. You know, you can be in a deep sense of joy and have parts that are grieving, or have parts that are processing something challenging. So I love that. And of course, playfulness, connect with your inner child. Let's do the surrender deck. So what were we surrendering today? What were we surrendering today? We've gotten this one before, surrender negative thinking. Oh, I'm so glad, because that's right. The first thing that came to me that I was releasing was coping mechanisms. That was so interesting to me. So anyway, surrender negative thinking. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. So we are doing some major releasing of thoughts that do not serve us, right? And finally, I will just do another card from the Lightworker Oracle. So let's see what's the final message here. All right. Love this. It's number 19 for those of you who have this deck. This is this one, Lightworker Oracle, and I'll read a little bit of it. But what it says is an invitation to connect. That is what I heard. Balance grief with joy. Release grief, sadness. Okay, great. Thank you, Kathleen. So look at this image. It's all this light. Look at all of this on the crown chakra. All of this light. So as we release the negative thinking, we're open to divine downloads, divine ideas. So let's read. I'm going to read just a little bit of what's in this card. So number 19 again, if you have this deck. So an invitation to connect. Let's see what it says. I'm just going to kind of see what... Okay, I'll read the invocation. That's what's calling me. As a member of the human race, through my own free will and for the greatest good, I call upon all beings that resonate with the quality of unconditional love and wish to assist humanity and earth to evolve on the path of divine love. I ask for the unconditionally loving ascended masters that serve Christ consciousness to be the gateway through which, through which permission is confirmed for these beings to enter Earth's field and assist humanity according to divine will, grace, and love. May all beings be happy and free, so be it. So this card is really invitation to connect, as in there are spiritual guides and teachers that are inviting you to connect with them, right? And that could be a being of love and light that you already connect with, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, or maybe it's a new guide, but they're inviting because they know that you're open to it. But again, there was that prayer, only those beings that are aligned with unconditional love. So it's these beings that are helping us on a personal level and are helping the earth to ascend. So Jill, talk about divine downloads. I know that definitely is a divine download. All right, lovelies, it was always, always, always so wonderful to be with you. I will see you tomorrow. Feel free to share this with anybody else who might be interested, who, might find this helpful. All right, bye everyone. Have a great rest of your day and a wonderful, I'll see you tomorrow. I was gonna say wonderful weekend, but I'll see you tomorrow. Bye everyone. See ya. Hi Colleen. Bye. Have a great weekend. See you everybody.